Hello, you've arrived at the Convergence Corner, a podcast series from Print and Promo Marketing and ASI Media, where we speak to distributors who bring together print and promotional products in their business. I'm Brendan Menapace, Content Director of Print and Promo Marketing, and today joining me on the show is Laura Mazy and Geoff Brown for Premier Press. Guys, thanks so much for joining the show today. Do you want to introduce yourselves and give some background on your time in the industry?
Yeah, thanks for having us. We really appreciate it. So I'm Laura Mazy. I'm the Director of Marketing at Premier Press. I've been here for about 3 years. We're women-owned, family-owned, and we've been in the production and manufacturing business for 51 years in Portland, Oregon. And with me today is Geoff Brown, an account director who was part of our first custom merch acquisition.
Yeah, how's it going, Brendan? Hey, my name is Geoff, and I've been in the industry over 20 years and on Team Premier now for the last 2 years. Excited to be on board and converge both print and promo.
Awesome. So, can you tell me a bit about how Premier added its promotional product side? What was the work like? What was the behind the scenes of that decision? What was the integration process? And how does it now fit in with the larger business strategy alongside the print side?
Yeah, so for us, it was really a strategic move. Premier has always been really strong in print. Like I said, we've been in the business for over 50 years, and that's been our foundation. But over time, our clients were wanting more and they were ordering more. We were already doing influencer packaging and seeding kits that combined print and merchandise. And we've been winning in that space for quite some time. So it made perfect sense to bring all the capability in full house. This way we could guarantee quality and consistency at every touch point. I always use Coachella as an example. If you have a pop-up, if Kim Kardashian has a pop-up, we can do the wide format, we can do the photo booth, we could do the printed napkins, we could do, the product launch, we could do everything through a full brand activation, and we're all under one roof right here in house. So when we integrated, the team, integrating the teams itself went smoothly, but there's definitely a learning curve when you're blending two worlds like print and promo. And one piece of advice I would say is to get your systems in place. The print world and promo world run on different project management tools. They track orders differently, commissions are structured differently. So if you have a built-in system that talks to itself, it really helps.
So one of the focuses of the show here is we always narrow down to one particular case study that blends print and promo together. And I'm hoping that it now involves, Coachella and or Kim Kardashian, because that'd be pretty exciting. But can you think of one that stands out that you've worked on that's, especially interesting or successful or challenging? And what was it?
Yeah, we recently had a national construction client that reached out, wanted help with a large construction trade show. And originally they said, hey, we'd like some pins, which just caused us to ask more questions, about what their objectives were and what their priorities were for going to the show. And so we got their budget kind of established, and we asked if they'd give us a little bit of time to maybe develop a strategy that would help hit those objectives. So we ended up getting a hold of the pre-registrant list to the trade show. And then through our creative team, developed a three-dimensional mailer. We at Premier have a pretty robust direct mail program. And so we developed a three-dimensional mailer with graphics from the show on it. And then kind of the timeline of the show, the different times that the show floor was open. We printed this on this kind of pillow pack kind of mailer. And then we stuffed a construction glove, a work glove, just one, into the mailer. And with a note, it was basically like, hey, come to our booth number, blah, 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 to get the right hand glove. And so it was super fun. The client really appreciated the thoughtfulness on the strategy, and they ended up spending the same amount of money, but got really all the people that they were targeting, got them to the booth, and then without that particular client knowing, if they scheduled a meeting, then they got another gift which they weren't aware of. So it's kind of a bonus little cherry on the top. So yeah, it was 100%, I guess, return on that investment for them. And they had some great meetings, and it was just kind of furthered our relationship with them. But it was a fun way of adding promo and print to tackle a project.
Totally. It does that thing that so many good event promotions do, which is like a call to action to go to the booth. And this was just such a
Yeah.
fun way to do it. Like, you know, it's almost like a ransom though. Like if you want to see the other glove, you have to come.
Yeah.
You have to come to the booth. So how did you guys think of this? How did you choose these products? You know, the glove is one thing, but then how do you land on the design of the packaging and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all received crap in the mail and or even gifts, you know,
Yeah.
from companies or it just doesn't quite hit the mark. And so that's I think always at the top of our minds as a company is how can we really, you know, ring that bell for our client, hit the mark in a way that speaks to their end user. And so being in construction, you know, it was all tricked out with, you know, diamond plate, metal type graphics and just, you know, where when their client got it in the mail, it was something that they really wanted to open to see what was going on. And of course, they were already registered for the show, so they were aware of the show. But just getting something from a booth vendor before the show, inviting them to the booth was just kind of a personal touch that was, I think, special with their clients. And so our goal constantly is just to create that memorable experience that their clients get to have with them.
Now, I know the goal is
Yeah.
to make it all look easy from your perspective, but did you run into any roadblocks or hurdles while you were working on this? And if so, how did you overcome those?
Yeah. So Brendan, have you ever worked with the post office? Yeah, I mean, there was lots of challenges there. You know, we received one quote, so kind of built it off of that. And then once we got everything in the post office, it was a different quote. So, you know, we just, of course, have to absorb that and keep everything moving forward. But yeah, there was challenges with the post office, but we do a pretty good job at just rallying as a team over here to make sure things keep moving forward. And one of the I guess most fun things that we do before we send stuff out is, and Laura, correct me if I'm wrong, but we call it
Yeah.
the UPS drop test.
Yeah.
So anything that we ship out, maybe it's an influencer kit or some things that we're sending out, we go on the top of our staircase, this big metal staircase, and we throw it down the staircase to see if it survives. And so we're just always forward thinking to make sure that these kinds of things, you know, get delivered on time and the experience is exactly what the client is expecting.
Oh man,
Yeah.
my friends and I played a really similar game in our dorm in college, but it wasn't on any official capacity.
Yeah, no, we've taken like very, very expensive boxes and have one of one and have chucked them down these metal
I
stairs.
would imagine it's kind of a fight in the office to see who gets to throw the stuff
I'm
off the
always like,
stairs.
no, don't do it. The project manager's like, we have to. I'm like, oh my God.
So aside from throwing things from, you know, great heights, what advice would you give distributors looking to do something similar, both this campaign and also just what you guys have done of adding promo to a print business to really capture both at the same time?
I would say don't underestimate the operational side. You know, everyone focuses on the creative potential, and that's great. But if your systems aren't talking to each other, it can get messy fast. So invest in good project management teams, accounting, and get the processes right from the start. We are 200 subject matter experts here. We have an accounting team, an estimating team, a project management team, account director team, executive team, in-house photo studio, in-house creative department. And if you're trying to grow organically, be patient. It's difficult. You really do need true veterans in each discipline or line of business to guide you. And I do call them subject matter experts for a reason, because they're the bridge between the worlds. And I love it here because no 2 days are the same. And I can walk out of my office and go talk to everyone and get a subject matter expert or resources on any topic. So we do have direct mail, subject matter experts, and packaging. Everyone seems to have their niche here, and it's really helpful, all under one roof.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. Is there anything about this campaign or about Premier Press that I haven't asked about that you'd like to add?
That this business is about trends and creativity and connection, but it's also about simplifying the process for clients. And at Premier, we have very strong guiding principles. We bring order to the chaos of creative production and distribution. And honestly, our facility feels a bit like Willy Wonka factory for marketing and brand activation. So you can walk through our showroom. We have an imagination library of all the great projects from the past where you can see ideas come to life. We have a custom merch showroom where you can touch and feel apparel, look at water bottles, and meet all the people who make it happen. So it's inspiring. It reminds me why I love what I do. And I don't know, come for a visit is all I can say. Come in for a tour.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much again, Geoff and Laura, for joining me today. And thank you everyone for watching. Once again, I am Brendan Menapace, and this has been Convergence Corner.